And welcome back to the Blitzkrieg battle. We got some more COD veterans for you. I'm Dust. With me is Vince. It also just occurred to me, Vince, that you yourself are a COD veteran, but I feel like people don't even realize it because you changed your name. So maybe you should let people know who you are.
Metis. What's up?
He is Metis, M-E-T-U-Z. You may remember him from COD 4. So he definitely has his roots here. You know who else has their roots here? COD 2, sorry. You said COD 4 though, right?
No, I was Metis in COD 4 and COD 2 I was like Met, I guess. M3T or MET. There you go.
Right.
Yep.
So then, we have some familiar faces here on Penta. They were actually one of the first big ors to pick up a team. Just to give you a rundown, it is Pukis. He is from the UK scene. Cinda and Replin, both Finnish. Foster from the Netherlands. And then Iga is from the Czech Republic. You should recognize several of these names from COD 4 in particular. Replin is the one who really sticks out to me. Very famous scope player from COD 4. Definitely going to be doing that for this team as well. Then Froster is obviously someone who people will know. I think Iga actually comes from Rainbow Six, is what I understand. But the other four are certainly players you should recognize from previous Call of Duty games.
Oh, definitely. And here's an interesting little thing. Well, interesting for me at least. A long time ago, I did something called the Helsinki COD Challenge, which was in like 2011 when I was living in Finland. And I actually casted Replan and Cinder there. I think they played for iPlay at the time. So I actually cast these guys at LAN. And yeah, Replan is an absolute monster, but Cinder's really good as well. Like, he shouldn't be overshadowed. He's a legit player.
Indeed.
Is that still? Oh, you are.
Yeah,
I thought
sorry.
you died on
I was typing to you on Steam. You can check that.
Oh, okay.
So you can help me out. So anyway, yes, definitely some recognizable names. Is the server die? Am I? Okay.
I think they restarted.
They were reset after knife round. Yep. Should have known that by now. We've already done this a million times between the two tournaments, but somehow I still forget how this thing works. Anyway, we appreciate you guys all for tuning in. We got Brammertron in the house, studio lead of Bulkhead Interactive, fielding all your questions in chat. Just got to the office, apparently. We may have him on a little bit later doing an interview with us between the semis and the grand finals. Get a little info out of him, get a little spicy, juicy leaks. Like we said, we already gave you guys one leak. New competitive map coming out next few weeks. You want to give them another leak now, Vince? Are they ready for one?
Go for it, mate.
New leak. The first LAN for Battalion 1944 has already been signed. And it is coming rather soon. Rather soon. Can't go more than that, but there's a little breadcrumb for you. There's definitely a LAN on the horizon not too long from now.
Yes, and Dustin and I know what it is. We know roughly what the prize pool is. It's excited times, guys.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be cool.
Times.
Gonna be sweet. Coming soon.
So new competitive map coming out soon, and
a LAN coming
soon. Good things on the horizon for Battalion.
Certainly good things on the horizon. I'm also just liking how fast we're seeing Spectator evolve. We've already had some X-rays color change. We're still working on player bars. We're getting there on the player bars. Still sometimes have an issue where not all 5 show up. So we're still working on that. I think we're also going to work on maybe getting these colors changed in the player bars. So that I think it would be cool if the allies were blue instead of like green on the player bar, and then Penta's on Axis, which should be red because they're red on X-ray, but they're blue on the player bar. So I think we're gonna work on that as well. That's one suggestion that's come through to help it make it easier.
Oh, something else we've already said as well, which I'm sure will be coming up soon, is I know a lot of people have said this when watching. It gets a bit confusing not having the bomb icons on the radar. I know they're working on that as well, guys. So that will be coming up.
Site letters on the minimap as well coming. So definitely some things in the works, guys. We've been in constant communication with them about spec tools since we use it a lot. But now we're live. No more of this. And Pookies is not messing around at middle, dog. He is just pushing up. He's already got a nade kill. He's already in connector towards B. Iga's pushing as well on the A side. So Paraplegic Buffaloes are getting kind of suffocated right now to find space to work with.
I mean, that's a hell of a name, isn't it, really?
Paraplegic Buffalo. That is a pretty sick name, dog. Just think about that for a second. Is there avatars like... Oh, that's actual buffaloes. Okay. Interesting. Well...
just ahead.
Why am I surprised?
As if they've gone through that and they're like, yep, let's fully go into
For
these
some reason, when I looked at the
buffaloes.
picture, it looked like a dog head with horns. But then I was like, I'm retarded. That's obviously a buffalo head. I just ruined this round. I'm sorry.
Iger, in the meanwhile, he's in a bit of a sticky situation. It's going to go down to the hands of MRZ. Are we going with MRZ, Miz, MRZ? I think MRZ is probably right. I don't know these guys on the
MRZ, mate.
Team. MRZ, nah. Get Z out of it. It's Z.
Why do you gotta turn a letter into a 3-letter word?
Mad. Meanwhile, Replan on the cross with this sniper rifle is going to miss both shots on Tyler. Throwing the nade up and over, but it's not required. Cinder, his Finnish partner, has came through with the kill and stops that from being an issue. And there we have it. The round is all over.
Vince, I have a new question to ask, because, you know, I'm not super from the COD 4 scene. Watch plenty of videos. Is it Replan or Replan? I was confused on that.
I've always called him Replan, but it could be Replan, to be fair.
Okay.
But I
know how to pronounce everyone else's name on their team, but that was the one I was confused about. I've seen plenty of highlight videos of him scoping in COD 4, so I'm familiar with him, but I never actually heard his name uttered.
I mean, I've been calling him Replans for like 7 or 8 years.
Okay, so I'll go with you on that.
I'm just going to go
Chat
with
can correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, if there's anybody mad,
so if it's Replan, don't say anything. Chat if Vince is wrong. Literally all cap Vince is wrong, and that way we'll know it's actually Replan. As we do have the Paraplegic blows pushing into this B-bomb site. Pylon doesn't need any additional ones. He's not playing Protoss right now. He's got that shotgun, got a kill. Had to go ahead and put that one out there immediately.
That's like, what? StarCraft 2 reference? You want,
yeah. On point. Reference game. It's there. Meanwhile, Penta's already made a full rotation over here. Though. But yeah, did a lot of damage.
Lucky, Cinder's really lucky he didn't die. He was knocked down to 5. But it has pushed him away so that Pylon can start to move in with the shotgun. And he's going to be able to get the first kill and a second as well. And there could be a third if he wants it, and he will! Beautiful work done. And that's all off the back of the nade. It forced him to the back side of the window. No one could peek him, and he just cleaned up.
Yeah, speaking of additional pylons, dude just doing some Blink Stalker pushing on top B. All right, I'm done with StarCraft 2 references. I promise. It's over.
Can we get a kick dust in chat, please? Thanks. In terms of weaponry, how's it looking? That's something the Allies have kept with quite a few of the weapons in play. You got still a sniper rifle for Helmsley. Solid nades being used, but not really landing as of yet onto the Allies. Only the one carbine for Para this time around. Just in the hands of Tyler. Kiki is going to come in with the first kill. Froster does see a player in the house, but is unable to jump on top of that and get the frag outright. It's wasting valuable time, though. Very split-up approach from Penta. They've got a lot of information already, as Iger's gone very aggressive, just past the triple building, watching the A-long. So it allows the rest of Penta to pretty much sit in position in mid and the B site respectively, and just wait for the Allies to move into the trap.
Yeah, and look at how close that Pookies and Replan can just make the rotation as well. So if they do feel too much heat, they can easily just kind of back off and allow their teammates to make the rotation. Pylon trying to come in with Thompson this time around. They know where Froster is. He's kind of up close here with the MP40, but he's just able to keep holding these angles, keep peeking out left and right, and even finds a headshot on the Pylon with the hip fire. And so Penta come out flawless in this one. Basically had the Allied team kind of going for something similar to the last round, but this time they couldn't break through that B-bomb side. Penta just too strong on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's off the back of the early picks into aggressive positions taken on the long A side. Allowed them to go for that fast rotation, and really, as soon as Para were unable to get an entry onto the site, I mean, it was pretty much over. Throwing a huge mistake or a massive play. 2-1 early on. We'll see. A carbine's being taken alongside Thompson, so this could indicate it's going to be a faster charge. They also have a shotgun as well. The Peaky's going to get the first kill onto Hyla. That's definitely going to put them on the back foot and allows them to get into solid positions with their own shotguns.
Big kill there by Tyler, though, to catch Senda. Kind of kills from that aggression, but Froster is still holding a real tricky angle right now inside B, particularly at the long area, and Pukis is able to kind of keep his eyes out on middle. I don't think MRZ is going to respect this from Froster, and yep, the shotgun comes through. Collard collected, and Penta up in a 4-on-1.
Yep, Tyler's not going to be able to get anything done from that position. Again, Axis just taking control over the map.
By the way, you got plenty of kick dust in chat, so should I just go ahead and Let you
Love
cast
it.
this one solo.
Love it.
Also, no one said Vince was wrong, so I guess replan is the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like many years ago I'd have been told it's wrong if it was.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I am terrible with names, so I wouldn't put it past me.
I'm terrible at reference game, apparently. No one liked the StarCraft 2 stuff. Thanks, Pylon, come on. Helmsley with the opening kill this time around with the scope on the Froster. He's going to keep it going. Takes down Cinda with the headshot as well. So, okay, Paraplegic Buffaloes are starting to kind of miraculously gain control of their limbs again. But Pukis, he's coming from behind with the STG. There's someone laying on the ground, though, just waiting for him. So he may get busted here. Oh, God. Yeah, MRZ just had the God angle there.
Yeah, those cheeks got mega busted, didn't they? Replan and Iger, the last two remaining. You got me saying rep plan now. Stop it. I've never said that in my life. Come on, cuz.
We're just going to ignore the fact that you just laid down a huge Big Herc reference. Shout out to Big Herc.
No one's going to get that in chat. Iger.
They'll Google it and figure it out.
Last player left, and it's going to get taken down. So,
Jesus.
Well, I thought, honestly, off the base of these last few rounds, that Penta were just going to start to take over. But fair play to Power. They come back and they get a clear-cut round.
Yeah, Helmsley was the big part of that, right? Just being able to get that scope working very early. And then again, MRZ, I'll concede, just laying down in the street. I mean, perfect position to be holding any type of aggression coming through courtyard. So hard to catch someone who's prone because your gun model actually kind of blocks their right? So depending on how you peek, it could be bad. But replan, he's like, all right, Helmsley, I saw what you did last round. Anything you can do, I can do better. Gets that scope kill to kick things off this time around. Pylon able to recollect that scope, try to put it to use himself as he's watching for that market push. But Pukis is kind of content just to hold on the market, not overextend. Meanwhile, Froster and Replan going to work over here on the B side and middle. Pylon at least gets a trade, but they're still down in the 2v4.
That solid position's already assumed, and there's Pukis from the side of mid. Too easy. Tyler again, he always seems to be the last player alive. And another 1-on-4 is at least going to bring the odds down by a quarter. That's still 3 players to face off against. Replan, Iger, and Puck is
Pukis
playing around.
Like poo.
There we go. Replan takes him. Wait, Pukis? What?
Yeah, that's how you pronounce his name, Pukis.
I literally asked him about that.
Froster literally told me that. I had a little bit of a Twitter DM session with Froster.
There you go.
No, it's Pukis. He's apparently Polish-born, but he lives in the UK and spent most of his life there. So, give you a little info.
I keep watching these players as well to see where they're nading, because I'm so bad with nades at this game. I just need to basically copy and paste what they're doing. But no early kills at the start of this round, at least from explosives. Replan's going to be edging towards the back of the site on B, on upper, with his sniper rifle. Going to be joining Froster, who's currently laid in wait. It is going to be all 5 players of power over on this side of the map, and already we're seeing Cinder look to push his way through A long. So again, information is being gathered. Again, you're starting to see Penta go for the rotation in the sense of Pukis, who does see a couple players through there, but unable to get anything done. But just his presence alone, Dust, will keep the allies occupied for quite a lot longer.
They are so stuck now inside B long. Absolutely pinched from all directions. That aggression from Cinda and Pukis at middle, pushing through A. They're just boxed in at this point. How do you get out of this?
This is why you need map control. You need some kind of presence. If you're going to send everyone B, at least keep one player watching the back, watching the flank. Constantly just getting sideswiped like this. Helmsley's going to be able to get the 1 kill with his sniper rifle, but it's a 3-on-2, and the bomb's got dropped out in a horrible spot. And to make matters worse, is below 25 seconds left. So whichever way they go, you just have to feel like it's delaying the inevitable. It's just a case of seeing if they can maybe get a kill and transition that into a round, but it's not going to happen. Shotgun is all well and good for MRZ, but he's being encircled, and he will be put down.
Just dominance right now from Penta. Again, it all comes down to, like you said, you don't have any map control, you don't have any information, and Penta are just taking space for free. They're getting perfect intel. They're able to make the perfect rotations. If you're going to go for a 5-man B like that, I feel like you have to attack right away. Otherwise, you run the risk of the ally, or excuse me, the Axis side pushing through, realizing where you are, and just being able to box you in. Exactly what happens there.
Totally
Great
agree.
work from Penta.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's death by indecision, you know? They just kind of sat there waiting for ages. And they're not fully committing. Replan, in the meanwhile, is just having all action go his way.
He's out there playing
2
duck
kills.
hunt right now, Vince.
Pretty much. No one's even firing back. It's just effectively paraplegic. Buffaloes are living up to the name, you know?
Reasonable. Waiting for the little dog to come out and like pick one of them up and bring it over to you to do the little weird laugh. And the bus falls on dust from Vince. Doesn't say anything, of course, acting like I'm the crazy person. We're talking about duck hunt. That's exactly what happens in that game. Apparently you didn't play enough duck hunt, Vince, to not know that.
I did, but a long time ago. And I'm old. You know, my brain isn't what it used to be. My memory's not what it used to be. One day you'll get here, Dust. You'll understand.
You're literally not that much older than me, so
I feel
feels
like
bad, man.
7 or 8 years older than you are.
No, you're definitely not.
How old are you?
27.
Oh, okay. Well, 5 years then.
Anywho, we are going to see Paraplegic Buffaloes, this time getting a hustle on at Long B. They took a lot of nade damage, but somehow weathered the storm to stay alive and keep pushing to fight another few moments. But again, Penta just putting up the stonewall defense right now at B. Only Tyler able to find a kill. And they have to play a 2-on-4. And again, Penta has perfect information, perfect rotation. Two pieces already watching them, can't allow them to fall back. But Tyler gets that kill. That gives him an option to retreat. But now Aiga takes up the spot.
I mean, Penta are just dropping the hard Trump meme right now onto Paraplegic Buffalo. There's just no way in. He said a wall has been established. It's been put down there. They can't get through it. Tyler, again, the last player alive. Already picked up 1. 2 more to go. Replan and Aiga. 50 seconds. Doesn't have the bomb. Although he does just now. Just ahead of him. Gets tagged in the back. And Aiga's going to give them a 7-2 lead. And again, it was just a very aggressive push up mid, round the side, easy kills, easy round.
Easy for Ents. A couple of Finnish players in here.
It kind of works, yeah. Maybe Ents can have a look at. Well, I guess they do have Penta, right? There's a pretty established organization.
Indeed. Penta, like I said, the first like kind of more known esports org to pick up a team for this game. I know there are some other orgs interested, by the way. I can't really talk too much about that, but you could be seeing some other familiar orgs finding their way into this game, as we do see Replan again teeing off with that scope at middle. Basically a redo of the previous couple of rounds where he's just been able to have full influence on middle with no repercussions, really. Just gonna keep moving up. Almost gets himself a 3rd kill. Does get tagged and is forced to fall back, but Cinda will just kind of take up shop for him in the market. He's selling more than fruit. He's selling frags out there, Vince.
Yeah, it's right now Penta are buying. They're just going all in. I mean, I've got to say, Para, if you're not going to look to push up mid yourself, smoke it. You just saw Replan walk past the tank and just have so many free shots. He actually missed a couple. He could have had 3 or 4 kills on that. But he still picked up 2. Like, you've got to smoke that. You've got to do something about it. But Pylon's gone down to the triple building push of Cinder, and now MRZ encircled by Penta players is a goner. It's too easy right now for the Axis. Allies need to switch something up.
We've definitely had some of the earlier rounds look a lot closer. Like even some of the early rounds that Penta won, you know, they were reasonable. Like we saw some good skirmishes, kind of like, you know, 3-on-3, 2-on-2 type situations. But it feels like here lately, the last few rounds, it's just been like full on Penta, no real response from the Buffaloes. Hopefully they can get something going. Obviously, it's getting harder now because they're so far behind. They're running out of cards. They're having to run a lot of default class. It obviously can set you back in aim duels because it takes those extra bullets to get the kill. But Highland and Pylon are featuring those new buffed bars. They are the 2 main pieces of firepower that this para team has. So they need to make it work. In the meantime, you do have MRC pushing up tank this time, trying to contest mid a little bit differently. But Pookies could be getting behind in replans, moving that scope around. This time he's over towards B. Gets away from mid, being dynamic in his positioning, keeping his opponent guessing where he's going to be. And he's looking for a sick little peek here. Over barrels now towards long.
MRZ in a fight, but he's going to lose it pretty handily as Pookies from the side just takes him out. I think he's actually shooting at Cinder. He was a bit further down the street towards the Axis spawn, just next to Broken Building. A solid position has been picked up by Pookies, but Pylon from the backside He's going to make him pay. Puki's got the frag from there, staying in the exact same position himself, but Froster spinning around, punishing Hyla for his whiffed spray. And Tyler could be soon to follow. 30 HP left. Doesn't want to get too close because the shotgun is laid in wait. And again, guess who's the last player left alive? It's going to be Tyler. Oh, Froster, how did he miss that shot? Okay, finally gets it done. Jesus.
I mean, again, it's just like, Replan being a little bit different in his sniping position. Maybe it was, Paraplegic Buffalo's thinking that it was going to be middle again, but now Replan's over in B, laying down the hammer. Froster putting that shotgun to work, pushing aggressively. It just feels like Paraplegic Buffaloes just don't have much of a response in them anymore on how to deal with some of this aggression. I feel like they've tried different things, like they tried playing a default, they get picked apart by Replan's scope. They try to go for a heavy B play, they get stuck, they hesitate. It allows Penta to rotate and swarm them and flank them. So I feel like they're just kind of at a loss on what to do at this point. They tried a bunch of different looks and nothing's really panned out. And now Cinda just pushes down mid all the way with an STG. He's already found the first kill. Helmsley, though, at least with the trade, but again, they got to worry about Aiga and Pukis, who are flanking, but they do have a couple of picks now into the B site. They could be making this work. Now Froster's down as well. They could be getting the last round of this half.
That's a big kill by Pukis to keep them in the running for a 10-2 round halftime scoreline. But the bomb planted. Oh my goodness, MRZ decides to push through the smoke. That's going to cost the team dearly. And Hyla will come good for at least one kill, but now it's up to Aiga, who has an MP40 and a Grand. Not going to happen. Solid hold in the end by the allies, but you have to think, is 3 rounds going to be enough? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Very dominant stuff there from Penta, but at least the Paraplegic Buffaloes were able to get that last round in. Really well done on that B execute, getting some better trades. Also, just to give you a heads up from talking to Froster, you wanted to let me know that obviously Replan is going to be scoping, but Cinda and Pukis are going to be the main Thompson players for this team, so they're going to be looking to take a lot of the early action, whereas Froster and Aiga are going to be a little bit more supportive. They'll be the ones playing default class more often than not for utility purposes, or will be playing heavy to get the nade, or maybe even shotgun to get a smoke. So they're the ones that kind of will be flexible, but you do see Cinda and Pukis taking those Thompsons, and they already have a lot of opening casualties thanks to the work of the Buffaloes, but Replan does get one back.
Yep, 1 kill is all the allies have found thus far. There isn't going to be any fast rotations for the time being, although Helmsley is starting to move into position. There is a HE in the hands of Replan and a smoke for Cinder, so they could try and cordon off the arches. Here comes the nade. Is it going to land on anybody? No. Well, it does connect onto Pylon, but not enough to take him outright from the rounds. And Pukis will come through with 1 kill, and he's joined by Cinder now. All that remain, 19 health left for Cinder as he looks to dart out of the house, but now he's the last player standing, and only a Thompson. Certainly not tailor-made for this kind of a confrontation. This skirmish should go the way of the STG. It should go the way of the 3-player strong Axis, and indeed it shall. Tyler with the last kill.
Yeah, just a good opening exchange there from the Buffaloes. Getting those opening 2 picks were really big. Yeah, Replan kind of traded 1 back, but it was still the Buffaloes having like an early lead. They were able to kind of roll out and get into a victory, which is great news for them. Obviously, they're playing from behind, able to get this now to 9-4, kind of close the gap just a little bit, not let it spiral too far out of control just yet. Now they're on the defense, which can sometimes be quite favored on this map, I feel like. We are going to be seeing Penta kind of change things up, looking to take control of market and courtyard this time. Basically, it seems like a default, right? You have Replan kind of scoping out long A, Aiga's kind of keeping tabs on B, the rest just trying to get a little bit of control over towards mid and market, but we've had an equal exchange thus far with the scopes.
Oh, something that I should mention as well is that Froster used to be in a team with Toxier, both ex-Power Gaming players. So, just a little bit of information for you. We were casted Toxier in the last game. Either way, Cinder is up into the triple building. Penta with a player to the good. Make that 2. Replan's sniper will ring out on the battlefield, sending a collective shiver down the spines of both Pylon and Hyla. They're already struggling to gasp for air. That could be fully submerged in a few moments' time. Cinder's got tagged down to 30, but Froster in the meanwhile onto Pylon. And this should just be a case of cleaning up the rest of the round, getting the bomb planted, force Hyla out into the open, take him down, and it should be 10.
Yeah, Hyla does get some SMG spray in on a player, but he's just getting swarmed at this point. Gets pushed through the broken wall by Cinda. Headshot frag to add on. That is a 10th round going over to Penta, now just 3 rounds away from moving on to our next round. I think that was just Penta. I mean, they basically just set up in the default, and they just, you know, caught any pushes Paraplegic going for. It's kind of a picking game at the beginning, and it seemed like Penta just won out that picking war. And then they just had full map control, basically, on middle, had tabs on both sides of the map, on the edges. So they just, you know, perfect default, really. It's about as default as it gets, and everything went swimmingly for them.
Cinda's been around first, though, so fair enough. The Axis have claimed the first kill on the round. I believe Cinda just had a carbine, though, so it's not that much of an issue. Tyler trying to rip out some more throats, but he's going to be on the receiving end of an aid this time around. MRZ is forced out of triple building. Way too hot to handle, but Helmsley has his back as he opens up onto Froster. It's a decent start on this half thus far for the Axis team. They're trying their best to scamper back into this para, and they have landed another kill. So Replan and Fuki's in a 2-on-4. We'll say that when it comes to players left alive, you want these two. They're 17 and 16 kills respectively, but it's no on Replan. There's a first. Is there going to be any more to follow? He would have had the call that the player was below him with a shotgun, and there's just under 50 seconds to play with. This isn't out of the realms of possibility. The pylon may have seen him, and if not, MRZ should have him close range. And although, to be fair to Replan, he knocked MRZ down to 10 health. The shotgun from that range is always going to come out ahead.
Yeah, MRZ just being able to get a couple of close-range fights on the street with the shotgun. I think he got 2 kills with it there towards the end round, so big kills to get. Also, you got to give some credit to Helmsley with the scope. He was able to get himself a pick to get his team back into the round after the set nades went out on A, and it looked like Penta were getting some ground on that side of the map. He was able to respond with the scope and kind of slow things down. So, some life being shown again from Paraplegic Buffaloes. They do have it 5-10. And how does Penta want to respond? Helmsley going to be the ones to keep things going, but it's an exchange of the scopes. Looks like Penta want to go towards B right now. Pilot does have a tricky angle that he's going to be holding with the MP40. It's an angle that Froster was holding with the shotgun earlier, so he may be aware of it.
Helmsley just missed a sitter of a shot as well, Dust, on long B. He would have got the information, but that really should have been a kill. That could have put the B push down before it even got started. It's going to be a 4-player stack, so very reminiscent to how Paro was setting up, although you can see the stylistic difference in terms of how they defend. There's no aggressive pushes up towards the arches. It was really causing a lot of issues. And meanwhile, Hyla's also by himself on the side. He's able to get one. Nearly a second they're going to line up for him, but the strength in numbers. And the smoke also got rid of Helmsley with the sniper rifle. He's going to come back in on upper now. He went for the fast rotation. They have to be very cognizant of the fact there could be a player behind them, but of course, unbeknownst to them, there isn't. Tyler's more close range with his Gewehr. He's down to 45. They need to get rid of him if they want to push, and they've done just that. So it's all on Helmsley. 30 seconds left. I think he saw Froster dart back towards long B. So he must know there's a chance that they could be going for a rotation. And that's what they're doing. They have control of the bomb. Replan has it. They can just dart across the A site and get that bomb planted if they want.
Yeah, and Froster knows that middle can't be taken. It's all going to have to be that back street through spawn if Helmsley wants to be able to rotate. But now Froster's even going to be start pushing up the stairwell into spawn, so we could catch Helmsley trying to come back through. Catches him in midair, but Helmsley gets the shot with the STG, so it will come down to a 1v1. Replan did get the bomb plant. He's got the scope, and he's got the carbine he's been able to pick up off of a fallen teammate. Takes 7.5 seconds to defuse the bomb, so Helmsley does need to work quickly, but right now he's still got another kind of like 20 seconds to play around with.
Helmsley, to even be in a position where the clutch is a possibility is ridiculous from him. That jumping STG frag, that's some serious play right there. And he's going to look to try and defuse the bomb. He's giving his position away. He's going to get caught. Oh, still lands a kill with a Thompson. Medium range, and with 12 health, he will be able to clutch. And that is going to be a slap to the face of Penta, who should never have let that get to that position in a 1-on-2.
Yeah, Penta were doing pretty well trading over towards B early on. Like you said, it wasn't like Paraplegic Buffaloes were pushing out A and mid too much, so they weren't getting that early rotation. So Penta had pretty good numbers going into B, but kind of got whittled down. You know, I think it was Hyla who got a kill with the MP40 at long to kind of give us a chance to team for his rotate. But then it's just Helmsley with the scope doing big things. I mean, Froster should have had his number inside spawn, but he wins with the STG and then comes out with the 1v1 somehow even against Helmsley. So that was really well played by Hyla. And into Helmsley in particular. Froster with the set nade kill this time on Hyla. I mean, Penta's going to start pushing into B pretty heavily.
Replan not able to get any more kills to add to his already healthy 19 and 2 assists. The rest of his team have made inroads on the B side. There's heavy smokes down. Bomb's going to get planted by Eiger. They can't smoke bang it just yet either from upper. Oh, they have just about stopped that bomb planted. I think there's about a millisecond left on it. But unfortunately, that's great cost to their players' lives. And Helmsley is the last to fall. So yes, you denied the bomb plant, but you're still going to get wrecked anyway.
Yeah, Penta got into B so quickly. I think Pookies had like forward position very early on. And Replan just teeing off with that scope, with his team kind of firmly in position in the side. It gives him a little bit more flexibility to kind of sit back, look for picks. Like you said, maybe they stopped the bomb plant, but still Penta just a little bit too strong with their positioning inside the site. Also, that early set nade kill gave them an early man advantage, so they had a lot going for them in that round. And now they're just a couple away from putting the Buffaloes out of this one. But Helmsley still has that scope, and he's been pretty damn good with it throughout this game.
Yeah, to be fair to him, he has managed to trade quite a few times with Replan, who's on 20, but Helmsley's on 13, even though his team is losing. And of course, the curse of the commentator is real. We mentioned him and Replan gets the kill. Maybe feeling he had to go hyper-aggressive as a result of them already being a player down and knowing that B site was ripe for the taking. But Hyla at the back of the site with the MP40 is able to spray one player down. That could be all she wrote for him, though, because there was a nade firing in from Cinder. Although Tyler and Pylon are making this interesting, it's not going to be enough. They'd already lost too many casualties in the battlefield.
Basically one of those things where Penta had I think 3 players actually at B fighting, and they already had an early man advantage, and then they just kind of keep an equal battle going at B. Meanwhile, Pookies and Replan, they have mid-covered, so they're cutting off any rotations that would be looking to be reinforcements for their teammates inside the B bomb site. And so that's just kind of expert map control from Penta, just to kind of keep tabs on middle, make sure they're not getting flanked, and then they're just winning their duels outright inside the site. It's something that Paraplegic Buffaloes were never able to do on their allied side, right? They didn't really ever keep tabs on the flank very well. Helmsley, though, with the opening pick in this round, Replan almost gets one there on back A, gets the tag on the pylon, and forces them to fall back and regen. But it is still Paraplegic Buffaloes with the advantage, but Helmsley, he may be sticking out towards mid too long, but no, he takes down Replan, so Helmsley, 2 kills already with the scope in this round. He has been impressive throughout this game. Despite the one-sided score that we have overall, definitely some of these players on the Buffaloes have had some good fragging.
Yeah, and he
keeps it going.
He's really one of the only players that was getting frags in the first half when they got battered 9-3. He was consistently getting the kills. It's Eiger and Cinder left alive. Both of them over on the A side of the map. Make that just Eiger and Helmsley.
Could ace.
Bit of a sort of around here. All they give him the ace is the question. Will Cinder allow that to happen? He's got one onto Hyla. And just making sure he's not about to be pushed. He's in triple buildings. This gives him multiple options and perfect aim on the way down. Able to close line the second kill and pick the bomb up in the process. Time is running scarce, though. It's going to take him a good 10-15 seconds if he moved quickly towards the B site. So he knows he's going to have to start to push very soon. And in doing so, he could get plucked out from
No one's
Pylon.
actually at B. Pylon's playing double house. So if he were to run into B, he could just plant, but he doesn't know that, obviously.
Yeah.
He's got to be cautious.
As far as he's concerned, there's a player on B. And he's just seen Pylon now. That's the position given away. Helmsley's going to move through from the spawn side. And this should be over. Helmsley connects the ace. Impressive work. And brings the deficit down to 5.
Big individual effort from Helmsley. We saw that one all the way through, getting the opening scope kill. The one he got on Replan was quite good. Gets the Luger frag in the market player. And then just kind of patiently waits to get that 5th kill. Just locks down the map by himself. Really well played. Got to give huge props to him. He's been really hot this game. Gonna go for even more at middle this round, kind of jumping off him and Replan, kind of doing the dance right now at middle, both kind of leaning into each other, but no one landing the mark. Meanwhile, the rest of Penta looking to take control of long A. Only Tyler really around to deal with it, but plenty of players on this mid street, and Hollis actually pushed through B into connector into middle. He has so much intel right now, and they have the flanking possibility onto Penta.
It's going the way of Penta this time around, though. Jumping round the corner is Cinder. Looking for the last kill. Pylon's down to 45. Going to whip out the M19. 11, and that's going to be the round done. It's going to be Pookies who gets the final kill. And there is the GG. A valiant attempt, but it's just a bridge too far.
I mean, the thing is, they had perfect positioning in this round. I mean, we want to talk able to push through B into connector, into middle, so they basically cleared out the main B area that Penta could be staging up at for an attack. You know, they had plenty of players around that middle street and front double building. They had good positions, but Penta just straight up won fights. I mean, that's what this game comes down to sometimes. So